It is often said that women are fairer and weaker sex, but I'm sort of the opposite. Hi, I'm Lena. I'm 17. As you can see, I'm wearing my martial arts uniform and about to fight that blonde kid. He looks aggressive, right? But I can be sure that he'll be defeated by my hand. Well, you must be wondering, why is a girl like me standing on the mat with a guy? Then, let me explain to you. I was born in a family where the word weak doesn't exist in our vocabulary. You may think I'm slim, but I'm considerably strong. I can bend 2 iron bars at the same time without using a bending machine, just with my own hands. My dad's a weightlifter. He used to set the Guinness World Record for weightlifting. As for my mother, who attracts a lot of the media's attention, she's a boxing champion and also the chairwoman of the World Boxing Association. I can't beat my dad's weightlifting record, and I also can't win against my mother. But I'm pretty sure, except for my parents, no one can beat me. It started that morning when I transferred to a private high school in a new city. I'm so used to transferring schools, meeting new teachers, and making new friends. It happens all the time. When I was at my old school, I accidentally threw a ball at the principal and broke a bone in his nose. So, my parents decided that I should move to a new city to live and study. A loud shout came from behind me as I walked past the school basketball court.
Careful!
I turned around and saw the ball flying straight forward to me. At the drop of a hat, I caught the ball, and of course, I wasn't harmed. A guy in a basketball uniform ran towards me.
I'm sorry, and nice catch.
I looked at the ball in my hand and then gave it to him. He tried to strike up a conversation with me.
Hello? Are you a new student? I've never seen you before. My name's Tom. And you?
Lena. The principal led me to a new class. I just opened the classroom door when I was soaked to the skin. The basin of water that fell and hit my head made me a little dizzy. I'm stronger than normal people, but that doesn't mean I couldn't be in pain, right? Who did this prank exactly? I definitely had no interest in this kind of welcome. A group of boys in the class burst out laughing. I angrily look at them, and I'm sure it was those guys who did the silly prank. I thought the principal would speak up, but her expression was so cold, and she didn't even seem to care about this bullied new student. You're not allowed to fight at school. I remembered what my mother had told me, and therefore, my anger subsided immediately. But I was still frustrated by that rude prank. I went to the class normally. My new friend Anna lent me her gym uniform so that I could sit in class. Yet, my hair was still wet, which made me extremely uncomfortable. During the break, Anna took me on a tour of the school. We saw those boys in the hallway, so I told Anna to get away from them as far as possible. One of them intentionally walked right into me, and then he ran away as fast as he could. Suddenly, a moment later, Anna shouted, "Lena, your hair!" Having heard that, I immediately raised my hand, touching my hair. What the hell was wrong with my hair? Oh no! The thing stuck in my hair looked like a flower. Unluckily, my hair was still wet, and I immediately thought of the guy who bumped into me just now. At that time, there was only him on the suspect list, and I could be 70% sure that he did that. I quickly entered the classroom with an annoyed expression, while those boys were carrying desks into class. I walk up to them and ask, "Did cowards like you have nothing useful to do, so you mess with me with such a silly prank?" One of the boys smiled and put his hand on another's shoulder.
Oh, John, the new student's talking to you.
John smirked, leaned against the table beside him, crossed his arms, looked at me, and said,
If that's the case, what can you do?
Subconsciously, my hand grabbed the edge of the table. He was leaning against and lifted it with just one hand. He looked bewildered and quickly stand up straight. Not only John, but everyone looked at me with wow expressions. Then, John's taunt echoed in my ears.
You're that strong? Threaten me or what? Scaring me after defeating the captain of the new school martial arts team should make sense. What a weird new kid.
Challenge me? I accept that. And the blonde John's provocation was the reason why I was here on this mat. Anna was standing beside me with a worried expression.
Why did you accept John's offer?
Why didn't he say he's the captain of the martial arts team in the first place? Standing with me on the mat was John, aka the captain of the martial arts team. No wonder that guy dared to challenge me to defeat the captain. How childish. I also saw that guy glancing at me and smirking. Anna and John's mean friends left the mat as the fight began. John looked at me with disdain. Then he spoke scornfully.
You're a girl. I'll let you go first.
Who needed to give him in? No need to do that. The whistle to the start the fight had just sounded. The two of us were in a ready stance like two real boxers. But he and I stood still, not moving. The whole room fell into silence. Mean guy, why aren't you attacking?
I'm still waiting for you to strike first. It's not good for a boy to hit a girl.
In a battle, no need to worry about that. Men and women are equal.
If you said so.
Then, he quickly threw his first blows towards me. How competitive he looked at that moment. The girls in the stands were cheering for him. But the shouts died down when I blocked his first attack. Moreover, I blocked the punch with just one hand, which made him feel embarrassed. Needless to say, the final result could be easily expected. The aggressive John lost and the winner was me. I knocked him down easily and gripped him to the point that he had no chance to turn around. After the game was over, Anna ran over to me and looked delighted.
Lena, you're amazing, but those guys don't seem to let this slide.
That's enough to scare them. I don't care if they cause any more trouble. But if they dare to touch me one more time, I'll teach them a lesson. Anna and I were sitting and chatting on the stone bench in the schoolyard when John and the others suddenly came up to us. John now had a bandage on his face. I bet it was the wound I gave him in the last fight. And John shouted at me,
Lena, I want to be your friend.
The atmosphere froze for about 15 seconds. All of a sudden, a loud shout was heard. It was Tom, the guy at the basketball court. He ran swiftly towards us and stood in front of me and Anna.
John, don't mess with this too.
John and his friends stood there staring at Tom. John's attitude changed. He was very annoyed with Tom at that time. Having noticed that they were about to quarrel or even fight, I quickly dragged Anna away. But do you think John will let me alone? No. For the next few days, he kept clinging to me.
Lena, can you teach me martial arts?
I don't know martial arts.
But you clearly beat me. You knocked me down to the floor and gripped me as well.
Maybe it's because I'm stronger than you, right? After walking for a while, I saw Tom standing in front of my classroom. He walked over to me and gave me a food package.
I don't know what kind of food you love, so I bought lots of kinds for you to pick.
Needless to say, everyone knew Tom liked me. He didn't confess it, but his actions were enough to prove it. Those days, he kept coming to my class and sometimes we even made eye contact. I won't eat them. I'm busy right now. Without letting Tom say another word, I dragged John away. Compared to involving with a basketball hot boy, I'd rather play with a thug like John Weston. I hate getting involved with all that love relationship crap. That's why I didn't really like being around Tom much. After escaping from Tom, I deliberately left John because I didn't like to get into any more trouble anyway. In the following days, with all his efforts, John successfully convinced me to teach him. We often were together, from the pitch, to the gym, to the classroom. We were like two best friends at the time. One day, John was late for school. He entered the classroom with a wound at the corner of his mouth. He sat down and rested his face on the table. At the break, I turned to John and asked, "What happened to you?"
Nothing. Just fighting like usual.
Apparently, John was lying. He avoided my gaze, which made it easy for me to be sure that he was lying. John's attitude was so strange. He didn't go with me as usual and stopped practicing martial arts with me after school. In the days that followed, John seemed to avoid me on purpose. I also had less contact with John. We only saw each other often in class. If we ran into each other outside the classroom, we would all ignore it as if we didn't know each other. Today, The boys in my class were assigned to carry stuff from the school library to the warehouse. Anna and I walked up to the library to see if they needed help. While going up the stairs, I saw John and the other boys carrying a lot of paper boxes downstairs. They were going in the opposite direction of me, and John was carrying 4 cartons of paper at the same time. It looks heavy. As I was just thinking, the top 2 cartons that John was carrying fell, and I caught them. The boys following John also stopped and put the cartons on the ground to rest. Oh, it's not as heavy as I thought. John also quickly put the cartons in his hand on the ground. Then he grabbed the 2 cartons from my hand.
Thank you.
Do you need help? I leaned over to ask him with my hands behind my back.
No, I do not.
John refused my help rudely. With anger surges within me, I snatched all 4 cartons. And I myself carried those heavy boxes while just a few boys could carry that much down to the warehouse. All the boys look at me with oohs and ahs in their eyes. But John didn't. He wasn't surprised at all. After class, I went home alone as usual. Having realized that I had left my jacket at the gym, I quickly went back there. When walking to the room door, I heard loud noises inside.
I want you not to approach Lena, son of the bitch!
Feeling that something went wrong, I directly flung the door open and entered. Because I couldn't control my force, the door broke and collapsed. I astoundingly glanced at everyone in this room. This was definitely a school fight. John was sitting with his back against a trampoline, and there were many wounds on his face.
What are you guys doing?
Why did you do that to John?
Lena, let me explain. It was John who attacked me first. I just resisted.
There's a camera in the room. We can check. Of course, Tom and the others in this room didn't know the existence of camera. I once overheard that the principal secretly set up cameras in the room to supervise students.
No way!
There's one! The boys looked at each other for a few seconds, then turned to stare at me. They rushed over towards me and held out their dirty hands so they could catch me. I dodged them, then gently moved behind them and pushed one of them down. Then, they all fell to the ground. When they stood up and tried to sneak up on me, I quickly reached my hand back and caught one of the fists. I knocked the guy down in front of me, and the rest were treated similarly by me in turn. I think the principal who was sitting in the observation room will be coming down here soon. As soon as I finished my words, the principal and the school security ran over and handled this fight. I look at John, and I intend to leave without a word.
Lena! Thank you.
Okay,
Tom's my half-brother. He likes you.
I know. Before leaving, I also heard the murmur that John made.
I like you too.
After that incident, we were called to the principal's office and had to invite the parents to meet her. I was demoted in conduct point, and Tom and his mean friends were expelled from school, while John got nothing because he was a victim. We were back to our normal lives. John began to talk to me again. Then, we studied, played sports, and practiced martial arts together. We were together anytime and anywhere. Wherever I went, John would be there, and vice versa. After all, I realized how wonderful it was that I inherited the strength of my parents, and I'm determined to utilize that power properly, work hard, and never be afraid of anything, because I am the strongest girl. No one can beat me.